Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Read Option presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Jenna. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas season. We're in a new book.
You should really just say happy holidays because people celebrate many different holidays during December.
All right, let's try again. Three,
Happy
two, one.
Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa.
All right, you're going to do the intro. Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Read Option presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Jenna. And Jenna has something to say to everyone.
Happy holidays.
There we go. We're reading In A Holidaze. We have started it. We are 4 chapters in. Okay, quick question, Jenna. When you said your direct text to me was, I'm going to stop on chapter 4 of
I
the
did
book.
not read chapter 4.
See, I took that as read chapter 4.
No, I took it as on,
If
stopping
you said
on the
I'm going to stop on chapter 4, that makes me think you're reading chapter 4.
that's definitely, yeah. That's okay.
Okay, chapter 4 is only like 2 pages,
Yeah,
so
it's fine.
very
Are we starting
very
with the
short.
book
So,
or no?
yes, we're gonna start with the book.
Okay, I
But
have
we're gonna start with our top
preface with.
fives.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got a little excited.
Okay, wait. Let's do top fives, and then you can preface the book, and then I have a presentation we're doing before the book.
Okay.
Or should we reverse the order of that? Is your preface important enough to go in front of my presentation?
Is your
Or
presentation about the book?
my presentation is an intro to the book, basically a here's what you should know going into it,
Okay,
based off my.
yes, then I do want to preface.
Okay. But let's do top fives first. Well, and
Okay.
then also with the top fives, my top five, for reasons we will explain later, has to come at the end of this episode.
Okay.
So the floor is yours.
Okay. Mine's kinda boring,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I was I feel like I always say that. I was thinking back on my journey with the NFL and what I've learned and everything, and I've realized I've been kind of a hater. So my top 5 this week are my favorite things that the NFL does.
Okay. I like this. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Number 5 is kind of because I couldn't think of another one. The Super Bowl. But
Okay.
not
What do you like
not
about the Super Bowl? The
specifically
party?
not the game part of it, but, how different cities host it, and it's this huge thing, I remember when it was in Indianapolis and going to it, and it's a very
So
fun thing. It's in the
the
city.
spectacle of the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing quite like it. It's one game, championship. All the other major leagues have multi-game series. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I Super Bowl's fun.
Okay. Number 4 is touchdown celebrations. I
Do you
love
have a
watching
favorite?
those on my feed, they make me
Oh,
laugh.
wait. Here's your challenge. Next week, top 5 touchdown celebrations.
Okay. Let me write
All
that
right.
down.
I'll remind you.
Already writing it
And
down.
I want video evidence too. I want to do some research.
Okay. Number 3 are the international games. While I
Wow, wow.
find it a little weird, I get it, and I think it's kinda cool because other countries don't have American football, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think a lot of football fans are going to disagree with you on that take. They don't love those games. Um, Most actually, I don't know where
For
the
what
common
reason?
NFL fans stand. Sorry, I'm glitching a little bit. What'd you say?
For what reason do they not like them?
Well, I think I want to walk that back. I don't know where they stand because it's usually a crappy games. Usually we send them pretty bad games. So it's kind of a
Okay.
joke that like we're gonna give them Panthers versus Jets. But I don't know. I like it when it gives me a 9 o'clock game because then I wake up and I get football from 9 a.m. to basically 11 p.m. That's awesome. So I'm on board with that.
Okay. Number 2 is the My Cause, My Cleats.
Mm,
I love
it's a
how
good
they
one.
do that.
Yeah, they used to, they banned or they
Still has not
fined players for it for a couple years there.
really.
Yeah.
And then finally at number 1, I have the throwback jerseys.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm gonna be honest, the only one I really know is the Packers one.
Like the brown one?
No, it's like navy.
Oh, with like it's like
It's like
navy and
gold
yellow?
navy, I think, yeah.
Gold, yeah, gold, yeah. Alright.
I don't know
That's
any
very
of the
cool.
other ones, but I just think the idea of it is cool.
Yeah, I would agree there. So, that's a good list. It's a
Okay,
positive list.
alright.
Good. My top 5, we're gonna have to hold till the end because it has to do with the book, and so I wanna talk about it after we talk about the book because it's important. Alright, so what I did in
Wait, I want
preparation for
can I still preface?
oh, yeah, you want your preface first. That's right.
Yeah. 'Kay, so
Preface away.
I sent in the recommendation for this one,
Yes.
and I'm gonna be honest. I was like, "I love this author. It'd be fun to read a holiday book," so I just sent it. I
Mhm.
did not even read what this book was about.
Mhm.
So, kind of a spoiler, but kind of not because it's on the back of the book. I didn't realize we were gonna be, like, going back in time and reliving this same thing over and over, which normally isn't, like, my favorite plot.
I didn't know that was on the back of the book. Let's pause this conversation until we talk about the book because we might disagree on that. But, I do wanna give so my thought process here was, hey, let's give people an actual introduction. Hey, this is what we're getting into here. So they can watch this PowerPoint and think, oh, maybe I'm interested in this, or maybe I'm not. So, and this is me doing 10 seconds of research and just giving my opinion on what we're about to partake in. So, um, there's a few notes I need to make about these as well, but we'll get into it.
Okay.
All right, so here we go. In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren. This is
Mhm.
everything you need to know by someone who knows nothing. That would be me. I don't know how to change the pictures in the PowerPoint, so there's pictures of dolphins.
Mine's not loading.
You can see it now?
Yep.
All right. So,
Where did you
everything I
download
said,
these slides from?
this is Google Slides. I made this.
Oh.
And then I couldn't figure out, for some reason, I couldn't delete the picture of the dolphins. And I couldn't, it's a very structured template and I couldn't figure it out. So there's a lot of pictures here that don't make sense, but there's some dolphins. I don't remember what's on this PowerPoint. I made this like 3 days ago. All right. Here's what we need to know about Christina Lauren. It's not one person, it's
I
two people.
just found that out.
That shit's crazy.
My coworker told
That's
me
kind of wild.
yesterday at lunch.
Yeah. So I knew this before you. I
Yep.
know ball. Yeah. Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings. Uh, Kind of works. Like their two first names make a pretty normal name. So unless you Google it, you wouldn't know this.
Mhm.
They met because they were both writing fanfics at the same time, which is I wrote down kind of cute, but also like a little kind of weird because I don't I don't know the type of people who are writing fanfics, but I guess these are two of them. They also have very weird book titles for their other books,
Not
which is
all of them are. You
I
picked
just
really
grabbed the
good.
weirdest ones.
Mhm.
Yes, I grabbed the
Well,
weird
I
ones.
don't
These are
think
the
you're understanding the genre that they write.
oh, I'm understanding now. I mean, let's read some of these weird book titles. Sweet Filthy Boy.
Mm.
Don't love that. Beautiful Bitch. Can't imagine what that one's about. Wicked Sexy Liar. If I had to power rank these in most likely to read, I'd probably read Beautiful Bitch first,
I
then
agree.
Sweet Filthy Boy,
I don't know,
Wicked
that one
Sexy
sounds
Liar.
intriguing.
I will never read that book in my life. If you ever request that, denied. Veto. And then there's another picture of dolphins because it was dolphin themed.
Okay.
All right, here's the book. This is what I found, a little synopsis. Uh so this is like the one sentence review. One Christmas wish, two brothers, and a lifetime of hope are on the line for hapless Malin Jones in A Holidaze. So obviously I've read this now, so I know kind of where I was getting at, but these were kind of my predictions. Feels like a brotherly love triangle. Kind of nailed it. Hope she goes by May because Malin makes me a little agitated. I don't know why. Not a big fan of that name.
Yeah,
Malin just it feels like you're doing too much. Just be May.
okay.
It's rated high for language and sex scenes, so I'm fully prepared
I
now
didn't
for what
know
we
that.
so that's why I'm glad I did this PowerPoint. So now I know what I'm getting into. I'd be way more mad if I didn't do this PowerPoint and then I was just surprised. So, yeah, everyone please subscribe to our Patreon page for making me read this. I would appreciate that. Also, there's a picture of a cliff.
Are there dolphins in the water?
I believe this is the last slide. Also, it's the same picture of a cliff. These are all my predictions for the book. Predictions by Wyatt. I think at the very end, it's going to be some like self empowering, like I choose myself over the brothers. I choose family. Something weird like that. I think it's going to be about Christmas, going out on a limb there. Um, this one is kind of funny because I was right. I said if there is a mistletoe kiss, I reserve the right to stop reading. We got a mistletoe kiss chapter 2.
Mhm.
So I reserve the right to stop reading. I'm not. Uh, Other prediction, I'm going to be uncomfy at multiple times throughout this book. Already true. I'm going to hate one of the brothers. Kind of already true. And then my other prediction was Christmas Eve will be the climax. That one feels like it's not going to be true just based off I thought it was going to like build up to Christmas Eve. I didn't know there was the whole time loop thing that we'll talk about, but those are my predictions. Some right, some wrong. I don't think I have another slide. Oh yeah, thank you.
With
That's a
the
sea otter,
daughter?
I believe. Yeah. That's my presentation. That's everything we need to know about uh In A Holidaze. So there we go. Let's talk about the book, Jenna. Where do you
Okay.
want to start?
I'm sorry.
I okay. Let me say this before you think I'm anti this book. I'm
I
not.
don't think you're
I
anti this
was.
book, but
I was for the first 3.5 chapters that you made us read. I say you made us read like it's your whatever that we read. I was like, I'm going to hate this. I highlighted one line. I almost threw up when I read this line. Let me see if I can find it. I said, if this is the book we're going to get, chapter 1. How does one move on from a man so kind of heart and fine of ass?
ooh, I love that.
What are we doing? Once again, how does one move on from a man so kind of heart and fine of ass? Who speaks like that?
Women who write fanfic.
I just can't imagine. Now that I know it's two people, they're just going over ideas and like, hey, what do you think about this line?
They must
He's
be
so
really
fine of
close.
ass. I would hope so. Um, Anyways, I was coming in, I was prepared to tear this book apart very early on. Then I got the twist because I didn't read the back of the book. I didn't know there was going to be a little Groundhog's Day type thing. I'm in. I'm kind of in. I like the twist. I like the time loop. Let's see where this goes. So as of right now, I'm optimistic. I again reserve the right to be angry towards this book because there's going to be moments where I'm not going to be in. But right now, we're in a good spot, me and this book.
Alright, that's good.
Where are you at with it?
I'm enjoying it.
What where do I want to go with this? What predictions do you have? Where do you think this is going? What's your vibe with the characters?
I don't know yet. We have hardly made any progress. I mean,
I mean, yeah,
I like the main character so far, so that's a win. I feel like she's relatable. You know,
yes.
brother trope is a good one. I enjoy a good brother trope. I read a lot of those. Um,
I'm I think I'm a little caught up on similar to the last book we read, the like best friends, but I've had a crush on this person forever type thing. Like, get over yourself. Maybe I'm just tired of it because we dealt with that the entire last book we read. But like, just grow up a little bit. You're 26, 27, however old
I
she is
feel
in
like
this
this
book.
is kind of different, though. It wasn't like they're not best friends by choice. It's more of like a family
Everyone's best
thing.
friends by choice. That made no
No,
sense.
they grew up together, like, if they had to get along, they're the same age, like
You can be best friends implies the choice. I would argue. You can be friends not by choice. Like you just grew up with like family friends.
but I
You
don't
cannot
think
be
they're like
best friends
I
by
don't think
non-choice.
they're best friends.
Okay. That's a different argument.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Okay. I think I agree with you there. I don't know we don't know much about the dynamic yet, which
No,
I'm
that's
sure we're
why
just
I
gonna
feel
get.
like I can't tell you what my prediction is because I don't know enough about the guys.
Okay. There's this
I
one
do like your idea of the, she chooses herself thing, though.
yeah. She it's a, I'm gonna hate the ending of this. That's what I feel like. Um so basically to kind of summarize where we're at right now, there is this cabin and they're in Utah, outside of Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah.
So they have this cabin that Malin's family goes to. Her younger brother, her parents who are divorced, and then their college friends, and then their kids. So they go here every Christmas. Well, we find out chapter one, they had a little drunken night, and Malin made out with the younger of the two brothers.
Yeah, the one that's her age, though, but yes.
Yes. And then she is freaking out about it. She goes to talk to the one older single adult. What was his name again?
Benny.
Benny. Yes. So that was a weird moment because I thought when she went to go talk to this guy and then she was like, "Oh yeah, he's 55." I was like, "Oh wait, what?" So I didn't realize he was the older one, but goes to him for advice. Blah blah blah. Though because she has a crush on the older brother.
Yes. She
So
always has.
much going on here. Always had a crush on the older brother. Makes out with the younger brother, and now she's like, "What did I do? I ruined everything." Older brother already walked in on them on this happening, and
Yes.
then it's super awkward. Then the people who own the cabin announce at the end of the day, "Hey, this is our last time here. We're going to sell the cabin." Then they
Mhm.
go off, drive away, the stereotypical car crash, and now we're in a time loop and we're going to replay the same trip over and over again. Not the same day, same trip.
Yes,
So,
right. Yeah, she's gonna make different decisions to try to get a different outcome,
mhm.
obviously.
What do you think the first change she makes is? How do you think this
Mm.
first day in the time loop goes?
Well, where does it start on the first day?
Well, they're on the oh, sorry, they're on the plane. They're on a plane, like, headed towards the cabin.
Well, I don't think the first day is gonna change much. I feel like the big thing that's gonna change is, like, her not kissing Theo, right? Isn't that his name? Theo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know yet.
And
I
then
didn't I didn't read chapter 4. I didn't read chapter 4.
I mean, you didn't miss much, chapter 4. She just woke up and she's super confused. But anyways,
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see how this ti I'm cautiously optimistic for where this is gonna go.
I'm excited.
That's
I think
where
I'm
I'm
gonna love it.
I think I might enjoy parts of it and not enjoy other parts of it.
I think I know what parts you're gonna enjoy.
Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what I'm buckling in here for, but hey, I'm along for the ride. Hope other people are reading along as well. So we'll
I
see. We'll see where this goes. I might get tired of the time loop thing, but for right now, I'm in. So I'm giving it my best effort. Any other thoughts you want to say before? What do we want to try to read for next time? It's a pretty short read, pretty easy read.
Yeah, um
So we have a full week now. Want to read to you? Throw something out.
chapter 13.
Okay. So we will read chapter 13, not read chapter 13.
Correct. Do not read chapter 13.
Do not read 13. Gotcha. So read through chapter 12.
Yes.
That's what we need to
Stop
start
at
saying.
chapter. Okay.
All right,
Didn't
cool. We
realize
can
it
do
was so
that. All right.
complicated.
Oh, actually, I forgot. I need to do my top 5 that I'll add into the end of the first part. I'll do that now. Okay. So the top 5 that I came up with for this week is related to the time loop thing. So this is top 5 days that I would want to relive. Like days in human history, I would want to like, hey, go be a part of that
Oh, like,
day.
not
So,
even one that you were already a part of?
only one of these I was already a part of.
Hmm.
The other 4 are more historical events. They're all fairly recent in the grand scheme of the earth, just because to find specific dates for like when the pyramids were finished is impossible. It's just based off years and its estimate. So I want to be specific. The first one is the one I was alive for. It's November 2nd, 2016. That is game 7 of the World Series, Cubs, Indians. One of the greatest nights of my life. I would love to just experience that entire night once again. So,
I feel like I
that's definitely
remember this happening.
we were in school. It would have
Mhm.
been
It's when the Cubs won the World
junior
Series,
year.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
my junior year.
yeah.
I had a math test the next day. I vividly remember my dad telling me, "If you study for this math test, you're not allowed to watch this game." I failed that math test. I had it first period. Just totally fine with it. So well worth it. Yeah, phenomenal night. One of the greatest nights of my life. So
Okay.
that's it. April 11th, 1954. This one had some research behind it. Apparently, AI, they put in all the events of the world and maybe even hundreds of thousands data points, and they found the world's most boring day where nothing happened. Nothing eventful happened. Life just like stood still for a day basically in terms of events. So I would love to go back during this day and just observe. Like how how's life right now? 1954. What's so boring about this day? That would be cool to see. What's life like? Are people happier because hey, life slowed down? There's no news, there's nothing to turn on to react to. I would love to be a fly on the wall for that day. Okay? All
Mhm.
right. Next up we have June 17th, 1994. This is a sports heavy day. It's one of those days where a bunch of random sport events happen on the same day. Arnold Palmer played his last US Open round. The World Cup kicked off in Chicago. The Knicks had, I believe, game 6 or game 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals. And this was also the big kicker. This is the day of the OJ chase, the OJ Bronco chase. So all of that happened
I
within
don't know what that
one
is.
day. Jenna, what do you mean?
The OJ Bronco chase.
What? OJ Simpson
In?
in the Ford Bronco?
Mm-mm.
Nothing. That nothing rings a
I
bell.
mean, I'm assuming it has something to do.
He was on the highway running away from the cops.
I didn't know that.
You had no so when you think of OJ, what do you think of?
Like the trial and everything about him killing his ex-wife.
Nothing about a Ford Bronco?
I no.
That is baffling to me. I thought that was just common knowledge.
I mean, I I would claim that it's not, but I could just be ignorant. I don't know.
I could be wrong here. I thought this was like everyday knowledge that people had about the Ford Bronco. So he like was he was this was I mean this is huge news because OJ is I don't know what a modern day comp for him would be. It's almost like Shaq or Gronk where they've just become bigger than even what they did on the football field, basketball court, any of that. Like they just become personalities. OJ was that. He's a movie star at this point. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, He's being chased by the cops. They're cutting to the chase during the middle of the Knicks playoff game, showing him in a Ford Bronco. They don't know what's gonna happen. He could crash and just die at that point. He's just there's like a line of cops chasing him. It's crazy. I can't believe you've never heard of this. You need to watch this documentary. There's a
Why
documentary
well
about this.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Why were they chasing him?
because he was running away. They went to
Yeah, but for what? From like, what
the
was he running
murders,
Oh, okay.
the cops. He was like a person of interest at this point, or they were going to arrest him, or they're going to search, and then he fled.
'Kay,
So he wasn't driving. He was in the back seat. His friend was driving. And then he
and
was like
how did it
on the
end?
phone saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna like." He had a gun in the back, so like people thought he was gonna like shoot himself in the back of this Bronco.
How did it end? I mean, obviously, he didn't die,
Uh,
but, like
yeah, eventually they pulled off and he got arrested.
'kay.
And then the rest you seemingly know. But all right, learned something new today, Jenna.
I did.
So that would be a wild day just to sit in front of a TV and watch that unfold.
Mhm.
Um, October 16th, 1999. This is the exact day before I was born. I think it would just be very cool to see what the world was like before Wyatt, pre-Wyatt. Like what's this world look like? How like what did I miss basically? Or what was I coming into? What kind of world was that? So, that'd be
'Kay.
fun.
Okay.
And then finally, July 20th, 1969, that's the moon landing. That has to be such a cool moment with everyone in the country watching their TV, watching this unfold. Just that feels like a very patriotic American moment to be a part of. That'd be
It
cool.
does. That would be cool.
So that's my top 5, but, all right, anyways, let's get into, football things.